Hello everyone, it's Chef Karina here with Culinary Arts Basic A class, and again, this is a beautiful week. So today we're going to talk about mise en place. What is mise en place and why it's so important? Mise en place is a French culinary phrase which means putting in place or everything in its place. And why is mise en place so important for us for you guys, culinary students? So basically, a good meal can only come from an organized kitchen. If you see everything everywhere, like in this particular scene, it doesn't feel right, especially in a professional kitchen, okay? So the multitude of activities that go into preparing a meal also demand that chefs and their kitchens to be super organized. There are like international standards that define how a kitchen should be organized to save energy for chefs and reduce time taken to prepare the meal. It involves everything. Proper utilization of the kitchen and achieving your meal preparation goals demands that you know the different parts or sections of a kitchen and how use them. If you are the manager, you must know how the sections are designed. So if you see everything everywhere and so messy here and there, you're not going to get anywhere, and you're going to spend time, you're going to spend so many things, especially energy, that it's no needed. So what is mise en place exactly? The best way to understand that is like you really have to prepare yourself. So we call that the mental mise en place. Get your kitchen ready for cooking before you do everything else, because it's already so extremely stressful to be in the kitchen. Now, number one, you're gonna have to set up your work area for sure. You have to have everything completely organized before you start working. And why is that so incredibly important? Because when you have a service, guys, you want to have everything done. So planning on organizing production, assemble your tools, assemble your ingredients, wash, trim, cut, prepare, and measure raw materials, prepare your equipment, preheat the oven, line baking sheets, all of that and more. It's so extremely important. So the mise en place is derived from a French language and it's pronounced mise en place. This is a mandatory section for professional kitchens and chefs. And, it is mandatory actually. It is where a chef collects, prepares, and places all ingredients before cooking can begin. So the level of stress, it's going to definitely diminish. Think of going to a trip. You have to pick the clothes and items you need, pack them in bags, and place them at the door waiting for the taxi. Once the tax arrives, you just have to leave. You just have to go. Have everything organized in front of you, and boom. That's why we call the prep station. The prep station is definitely designed for that. So in the prep station, we also have the knives. Knives usually, it has to be well sharpen. You have to be ready to cut. You have to be ready to be safety and sanitized. You have to be ready for all of that thing. So in a professional kitchen, we have water, we have fire, we have sharp knives, forks, and other dangers that we might encounter. So outside of this kitchen, customers are waiting for the food, right? Which has to be prepared to the highest standards. Full attention is required when cooking. This explains why mise en place is so crucial in the kitchen. A mise en place gives you an idea of all the ingredients you're going to have to prepare for the meal. In case anything is missing, you have it right there. And sharpening your knives, having the knives and utensils and tools ready to go before you're cooking, it is absolutely mandatory if you want to be successful, of course. Since you measure the ingredients before cooking begins, you will be more accurate and achieve high standards of client satisfaction. It makes cooking easier, guys, and faster. So when sharpening the knives, number one, use the correct knife for the task at hand. Always cut away from yourself. Always cut on the cutting board. Keep knives sharp. When carrying a knife, hold it a point down, especially when you're walking around with the blade facing the back. Don't attempt to catch a falling knife ever. I think that's a little obvious. Never leave a knife in the sink of water. That's super self-explanatory, guys. So on the other hand, knives, we have all kinds of different types of knives in the kitchen. So must cutting tasks in the kitchen are achievable with a good chef's knife. So you need to know all types of cuts exactly. So Since you are in a culinary school, you will learn a few awesome ways of holding the knife, because knives, guys, it is the tool of a chef. Okay, handling the knife with the right grip, with the right intention, and lesson the way you won't hurt yourself so much. So hold the item being cut firmly. Guide the knife horizontally, vertically, the way it's supposed to be cut. And you can see in this scene, one of the students are holding the knife down, and well, the proper grip increases your cutting accuracy and speed, and it prevents slipping, lessens the chance of accident. You don't want to cut yourself. You can see you have the knuckle of your finger really touching the blade. Now, 4 basic grips, okay? Number 1, grip the handle with all 4 fingers and hold the thumb gently but firmly against the blade spine. Okay, very important that you keep your finger away from the blade. Only the knuckle of your finger, only the knuckle, as if you touch the blade with that. Now, what is wrong with this scene? As you can see, I can see the student is cutting the knife, the garlic. Garlic is super small with a dark latex glove. I see a little piece of latex glove cut with the garlic, and this is absolutely harmful. Okay, this is cross-contamination. This is physical contamination. So I just want to put this image right there because I want you to understand that when you cut, especially very, very small items, you don't need to use, especially if it's not ready to eat, you don't need to use gloves. Very extremely important. So remember that. So number 2, grip the handle with all 4 fingers and hold them, thumb gently but firmly the side of the blade. Okay, the way he is holding the knife is great, but not with gloves. Number 3, grip the handle with 3 fingers. Rest the index finger flat against the blade, one on a side, and hold the thumb on the opposite side to give additional stability. And see, this is a large item, and now with very, very great precision, you can see the knuckle of his hand is touching the blade, but not the finger or the nails. Okay, super, super precise. Now we have number 4. So you're gonna grip the handle overhand with the knife held vertically. This is used for boning. So when you're deboning an item, deboning an animal, you're gonna be using this type of knife. That's the deboning knife, okay? With the knife held vertically. So this grip is used with a boning knife for meat and fabrication tasks as far as chicken and all kind of stuff. So yeah, guys, types of the kitchen knives, we can go on and on. We got the chef's knife, the must have blades in your kitchen, chef's knife, and also the basic vegetable cuts in dimensions. You can do pretty much everything with the chef's knife, guys. But I do have a something that to give it to you in class that will help with the types of knife, and so you can learn more about that. I'm sure you already have some in your collection, but the basic vegetable cut and dimensions that you're going to be using, the most cuts are these in the graphic right now: fine julienne, allumette, bâtonnet, tourné, 7 2-inch sides. It's pretty awesome. Actually, I did a demonstration in class. Hopefully you were all in class, so you saw that. We have the brunoise, we have the small dice, we have the medium dice, the large dice, the paysanne. Very, very simple to do, but you have to make sure you are practicing. There you go. Like I told you, we have the chefs, we have the meat, we have the fish. This is how I separate them, okay? And the vegetables, you don't want to mix them, right? So you got the chef, we got the utility, we got the paring knife, or the boning knife, we got the bread knife, serrated knife, carving, and the cleaver, very important, boning knife, and then we have the fillet, that's my favorite. The salmon, we have the santoku, and those are about Japanese side of it. The nakiri, the tomato, you can see that the tip of that knife is to clean up the parts on top of the tomato. And then we have the peeling knife, super easy. That one actually I use better for the tourné potato. And guys, this is the art of garmanger. I can't, we're gonna do some fast way to learn somehow a little bit of garmanger. That's what we call the garmanger. Is the art of making vegetables and fruits and raw food into art. It is definitely art. You can do this in presentations, in buffets. Once you learn how to do that, you can become a super professional. So I'm going to share this with you in class, like I said, the most used cuts in culinary arts and the measurements, and this is on your test. So don't worry, because now I do have the presentation, but I'm going to post this on the portal. So like I said, Mise En Place for success, everyone. I hope to see you in class, and keep thriving. And you can find me on Instagram as chef.karina for more recipes and presentations. Stay safe and be organized. I will see you in class, guys.